Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for being here. I wish I had a happier topic to discuss with you today, but something came on my radar yesterday that I feel I need to do everything possible to figure out, sort out. Um, there is something that it's always been in my nature that if something is in front of me, like a dog or a child that needs help or a person, really, I mean, depending on the person, I try to do the best that I can. So this is the best that I can do. I learned the name Hassan Piker yesterday because I guess he's trending and gone viral now on Twitter for abusing his dog. I would like to introduce you to my co-host today, Mr. Rochi, who will be joining us. Would you say hi?
All right, ladies and gentlemen. Right.
How do you feel about grown men abusing innocent animals?
Uh, and on stream as well for monetization purposes. I think it's sickening. However, I will try my best to try and keep an even kill with this, only because I think it works better because I know how passionate you are about this very topic you're about to talk about.
Okay, so for all intents and purposes, to be very clear, Rochi's going to kind of play devil's advocate, right? Because you
Hmm.
know that I'm going to be way on I want this guy locked up right now. I'm actually in the process of trying to figure out where he lives. It's funny, they call Los Angeles the biggest small city in the world. Like, if you guys have heard the 6 degrees of separation, like, if you meet someone anywhere in the world, I think it's been proven there will be somewhere between 5 to 6 people, and you'll have a friend or a family member in common. In LA, I feel like it's more like a 2 degrees of separation. Within like literally less than 24 hours, I figured out that I taught yoga to somebody that is above him in his life. So here's my goal for today's video. I would like this guy to go to jail. It's a felony in Los Angeles to abuse an animal, to abuse a dog, specifically any animal. As well, I want him never to be able to have a dog again.
Well, Ash, if you don't mind me saying this, right? So
Yes, sir.
if he does reside in LA and it's illegal
Yes, he
to
does.
abuse dogs, how was he able to buy a shock collar?
Shock collars, I believe, might be legal here. So shock collars are not intended to they're not intended to abuse your animals with or to,
Mm.
like I explained to you backstage. Rochi
Yeah.
said, have you ever like use a shock collar? So when in high school growing up, we had like a big yard without a fence. And I don't even know, looking back, this is the first time I've literally ever thought about it. We had something called the invisible fence. And that was they basically put electrical lines in our front yard and our backyard. And each of our dogs had collars that if they go over the line, but there was a thing in the garage, like a button, and you just turn the button. We always had it on the very minimum. So it was just like a sound if they came close to the line. But we spent, like I said, 4 weeks, 3 times a week with the it wasn't, I don't even know if I call it a shot caller, with the electric fence man, the owner of the company, training them, walking them close, letting them know, like, so it was a whole process and it was for them, right? So they could run free. But like I said, randomly, like we'd had this for 2 years or so, my senior year of high school, 3 times in 1 week, the German Shepherd and the Chesapeake, both of our dogs jumped through the shock collar. I mean, like there's a little shock. It doesn't stay. Like, so if you jump through the invisible fence, it goes, but we always had it on the very minimum, but it doesn't like stay zizzing them like after they pass it. So it's sort of like I don't even know what the fourth wall is, but you brought that up. But it's what if they get past it? I think they learned if they get past it, they can go. And there were these other dogs down the street they wanted to hang out with. But long story short, no, I would never, ever use a shock collar on a dog. There's a much more humane alternative, and it
Mhm.
sprays just a citrus smell. So if you have a dog that's barking or really demonstrating any behavior that that you don't love, you can get
Mhm.
a little collar, and it just sprays a citrus smell. So that the dog sort of is like, wait, what's that? And then they change their focus. Dogs need like this much time to figure things out. You were going to say something?
Well, so another thing, like obviously everybody's played clips of this before, and the one thing that like struck me, and again, I'm trying to be really neutral about this because I think this is terrible, but
But can we at least tell the truth that you do think
well,
this is horrible,
yeah,
right?
no, this is terrible. This
Just
is
for the
like horrible.
purposes of the show, you're playing devil's
Yeah,
advocate.
yeah, I'm trying to I'm trying to be nice as possible just to make it like so it seems a little bit even rather than just a hit piece, you know. That being said, Ash, you have a dog, right? Do you have a designated area where your dog has to stay in a
This is
certain room?
more my dog's apartment than my
All right.
apartment. This is his house. He has a condo. My sister taught me this actually. I used to think crates. I was ignorant, meaning lacking knowledge. I thought that crates were not like I just didn't I never did crate training with dogs. I just always did potty training and whatever. I thought that crates were not inhumane, but were I was like, no, I don't need a crate. She's like, Ashley, no, they feel really comfortable in them. Like they're safe in them. And I started to see so Hondo has his condo, which is a
Mm.
crate. The door is never locked, but he likes to go in there sometimes. He likes to just hang out. It's adorable. But no, I mean this is Hondo's cow. This is Hondo's place. No, there's no place he cannot be here.
Right, cool, fair enough. Yeah, it's strange to me because again, like I said, I'm trying to be even kill where my initial instinct is, okay, let's not give this guy any air time because I'm sure the world is up in arms. I've seen clips from yesterday of people like doing the same as you, Ashley, which is okay. This guy needs to be
Well, I
reported.
just learned about this dude yesterday. I don't know
Yeah,
how long this has been going on, but so a
I,
couple things I'm concerned about and why I'm spending my day off focused and concentrated on this situation. Number one, if he is like if it came on my radar, I don't watch news. I'm not like following a bunch of people on Twitter. Um, I don't really. I was working, so I don't really keep up with a lot of stuff, right? So if it came on my radar, I feel like if it found me, and I never again before yesterday didn't know dude's name, didn't know anything. I went after Michael Vick, but I think the platform was MySpace at that time. That came on my radar. But this guy, I'm worried that if he does have as much attention or is as viral as you're saying it is, I'm worried he's going to hurt the dog more. That's why I would like to figure out exactly where he is in the valley. I think he's in Granada Hills. I'm not sure,
Mhm.
but I would like to also, I will foster the dog. I'll take him. But I also have friends that will foster the dog. So when you're playing devil's advocate is more helpful than actually, because when you wrote to me, he's so rich he could probably just go get another dog.
Yeah,
So these are the goals. I want the dog. I want him locked up for the felony that he's been committing on crime, which is abusing his dog. In Los Angeles County, that's a felony. I want the dog in a safe home. I don't want the dog taken to a pound or something like this. I want the dog to be adopted. I am happy to foster this dog.
mm,
Number three, I want him never to be allowed to have a dog again. So
yes.
those are the three goals: getting the dog safe, getting him in jail. He's never allowed to have a dog again. That being said, do you have anything else to say before we watch this clip? Which I have to tell you
I,
guys, I won't be able to watch a lot of this stuff. I just can't. When I
well, that's why I
see,
said to you, if you're going to play it, like play it and like cover your eyes if you have to. It's just to give
I
context.
will cover my eyes. I get
Uh,
upset when cartoon
mhm.
dogs are hurt.
and also somebody in your chat said somebody tell Ashley about Johnny Crutches. Yeah,
Who's
we'll get
Johnny
there
Crutches?
eventually.
Hi,
So
Marcus.
he's the co-host to Aaron M. Holt's Still Toe Morning Show, and
Oh, fuck that guy. I'll get into
mhm.
another episode about both of
Yeah, we'll
them.
do
They
that at a
they
later
they
date.
they
Yeah.
they they listened to what's her face and made a video of me. I've made a like who the fuck does this? Goes 4 or 5 years back into when Ashley's chilling with 500 subscribers, wearing her what was I wearing? A onesie. I think I was talking about the Bible or something. What a weird fuck to do that, but we know why he did it. Okay. Also I was thinking, do we start? What else can we do? I want all the ideas. Anybody that can give
Right.
me better ideas, more ideas. What, love?
So to clarify, this video, right? This is a time lapse of his 4 hour stream to give you an idea of how he likes to keep his dog. Now, actually, do you know what breed of dog this is by any
I
chance?
do not. at all. But I've been sent clips of a dog he had before this dog that was a different dog, and he's pulling the dog's tail as like a joke. He should be arrested for that too. I have no idea what kind of dog it is. What I do know is this, guys. I won't be able to watch a lot of this. What I do know is this. Apparently, he likes the dog to be like a prop, a stage prop or something. So he doesn't like it when the dog moves. But then I saw him put the dog on a treadmill the other day, and then the dog hurt its foot and like cried out. I mean, like I can't with this kind of stuff. This makes me want. This is the kind of stuff that makes me literally violent. So I'm trying to be calm, but any ideas that you guys have? Also, this, a lot of you guys live in LA or know people in LA. If you know anyone that knows this dude or how I can get in touch with this dude, please let me know. Okay. That being said, this is hasanpiker, who needs to be arrested for the felony that he's been committing on his live streams, which is abusing his dog. Needs to be put into jail. I will be happy to foster the dog. I also know a lot of people in the Valley and West Hollywood that could take care of him. This dog, I don't know. I think it's a male. As well, I would like to plead, and I will show up to court, that he's never allowed to own an animal again. Oh wait, is it going fast? Is that me?
No, that's the video. It's a time lapse.
We're skipping over a bunch of bullshit.
Yeah.
What a douche, by the way. He kind of looks like the guy that I really like from Schitt's Creek. Dan Levy.
It is emblematic of all of
sorry,
America's much more consequential.
It's kind of ironic because isn't Dan Levy a Jewish person?
Dan Levy is, well, yeah, the one, they're both actually. I know two of them. The one that's in Schitt's Creek is, I think he's Jewish.
And I know you said that's
Jewish last name.
Let's not make this political, but it's ironic that you said that he looks like a Jewish person.
I didn't say that. You said that.
No, you said
no,
he reminds you of that
actor. Jewish last name.
Yeah, no, but you said he reminds you of that.
I was thinking about his dad. His dad looks very quintessentially, like, obviously Jewish. His dad is Bob Levy, I believe, like the real Bob Levy. Robert Levy. He's got the big eyebrows, like the really big nose. I'm pretty sure they're Jewish, but that's not the point. I feel like Hassan is like maybe he's Turkish or Iranian. Hassan is not a Jewish name.
Who knows?
This guy's not Jewish. I'll tell you that right now. I mean, maybe. Anyone know? I don't know that it matters. What matters is he's abusing this dog in the background.
Yeah.
Violence.
You may want to look away now.
It's the same reason.
I beg your pardon?
I said you may want to look away now.
Thank you for that heads up.
As to why America, Kaya, please just fucking go. Just stop.
Fucking dirtbag. Fucking, like, why have a dog? Why have a dog? You're a dirtbag. You can't respect it. You can't honor it.
So
I heard him calling dogs slaves before. I had a joke about that. Yes, sir.
So as you can see now, right, he's gone over 4 hours, yeah? This is 4 hours and 20 odd minutes. So you want to pause it real quick?
Mm-hmm. But
so again, this is going to play him shocking the dog again. But now you have a rather large dog, Ashley. Do you mind me saying?
Hondo Beans, come here. Come here.
So
well, he's 65 pounds. He's my prisoner. So I did want to get that clear. I was not yelling. I was getting into a fervent conversation with someone about animals in captivity, and I was like, dude, he's definitely captive. He's my prisoner, but you know.
So is it usual for a large dog to stay in one place for 4 hours at a time, or is that
like stationary like this?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I would say, wouldn't you say he's about the size of Hondo?
Roughly, yeah.
There's a table between Hondo and I, so he's trying. Do you want to?
I would say roughly, just from looking at what I can see on screen, and I've seen Hondo before, so yeah. I would say roughly the same size. And I'm not a dog owner, so I wouldn't know whether what's happening.
No, not normal. Not especially it's on a fucking treadmill. Like a dog can feel it's on a thing. It doesn't look comfortable either. I can't see that well, but yeah, it looks like it's in a defensive mode.
And also, before you continue playing, again, it's going to show him shocking the dog again. So you probably want to press play and avert your eyes. But yeah.
All right, the only reason I'm showing this is so that you guys understand this is serious. Okay, he has this. This is a crime that is committed on film. Do we have the date and the time of this video, please?
Honestly, actually, I think this might have been 2 days ago. This video, I think I could be wrong though.
What a
partly because I generally don't know. I know he's a Twitch streamer, and I've seen videos of other YouTubers covered this guy on multiple occasions, but this really did blow up because again, it turns out that humans care more about dogs than they do about other humans, for example. Yeah, isn't that crazy?
Oh, that's your devil's advocate thing? Humans care more about humans than other dogs?
No, they care about dogs more than they do humans, which is kind of funny.
Well, okay, let's talk about that. Humans are chaotic mostly. They're tricky. They're selfish. They're self-centered. Many of them aren't worth it. Dogs are innocent. Animals are innocent.
And dogs
that
ain't
dog is just trying to figure out how to make this psychopathic piece of fucking asshole happy. That's the saddest thing about this while he's abusing it.
Well, okay, play devil's advocate. So dogs can be a bit selfish at times, right? Have you ever tried to eat from a dog's bowl, for example?
Have you ever heard of a dog that could feed itself? Dogs can't feed themselves. So usually when they get food, they're probably hungry. They depend on it.
Very true. Good point. Good counterpoint.
Unless you're talking about wild dogs or wolves that are, acclimated to being out there. So if you go near a dog's food, it probably hadn't eaten in a while and it's hungry. I wouldn't mess with the dog's food. But by the way, Rochi, why do you want kibble?
Why do I want, sorry, what?
Kibble, dog food.
Well, I don't. I'm just trying to, again, play devil's advocate of trying to.
All right. It's going to be one of the toughest things because I have been very, very, this feels like a moment. Like, I don't know if you know this about me, but I've been fighting for animals' rights since I was 12 years old. So again, I can't watch a lot of this, guys, but I just want you guys to know that this is happening as of 2 days ago and more. Then there's another dog that he owned before this that he abused as well. It's all on film. So I encourage all of you guys to help me out. Report the videos, report him. I'm going to figure out after I hear from a few rescue people what to do in terms of calling the police. His address should not be hard to find.
It is emblematic of all of America's much more consequential violence. Okay? It's the same reason as to why America, Kaya, please just fucking go, just stop. Jesus Christ, what are you doing? You're being such a...
So let's just think about this. And I commented on his Twitter today, like an hour ago or 2 hours before the show. He's like, does anyone really feel safe in this administration? And I'm like, your dog doesn't feel safe in this administration. That's for sure. You fucking piece of asshole. Like, answer me. I couldn't figure out how to message him. Maybe I just, because I don't follow him. I have no idea. But I sent a message to somebody that works with somebody he's related to. And a bunch of other people. So he's going to have to face me and we're going to have to get down to the bottom of this. The dog is going to be rehomed. He is going to jail and charged with a felony, and he's never going to be allowed to have a dog in Los Angeles again. Please help me out, guys. Open season on this fucker. What?
No, I was nodding away in agreements to you.
There's nothing more disgraceful, despicable than abusing an animal. By the way, just let the dog go. Do your show. You're blabbing on about shit no one wants to hear from your ugly fucking face. Your disgusting soul. You're just going on and on. Let the dog go have some water. Let the dog go away from you. Your energy is probably disgusting.
A
You
baby.
probably smell bad. You could tell he smells bad.
It's just...
Who is watching
You're
this
making her
guy?
stressed. She
Yeah,
just
someone in the chat even that watches this guy. Who the fuck even knows who he is and who watches this guy? Seriously, I won't call you out. I'm just wondering because the
I,
thing is, maybe you didn't know this about him. Now you know. Once you know something and you're complicit, then that makes you just as evil as him. What's the saying, Rochi? When you know about a crime and you're complicit in watching that crime, it makes you just as culpable as the criminal. Those are not the words, but it's something like that. Do you know what I'm talking about?
yeah, I believe that's what they say. That's what they say in the communist world of Russia. But yeah, I agree with the sentiment. Yeah.
No, they don't. I agree with it. But I don't think that's
Well,
communist Russia.
so,
Communist Russia would be like encouraging people to rat on people. They wouldn't, right?
yeah, and no offense, ma'am. Again, playing devil's advocate. You're an American citizen, and I believe in America. You guys stand on the freedom of will and the freedom of speech. However, my real feelings is fuck this guy. He shouldn't have done that to his pet.
And I will say this. So, I was really happy the Miami Seaquarium closed down. I don't think any large animal like a dolphin, a whale should ever have been in captivity. Knowing what I know now, which is, it makes my eyes want to water. I'm trying not to fuck up my mascara. But I was arguing with somebody about that, and I was worried because now they're closing, and it's like these dolphins and killer whales don't know how to like go out in the ocean and do their own thing. They literally don't. And so like it's been very unsuccessful, like getting animals that are in captivity like out in the wild. So my friend was like, "Well, isn't Hondo a captive?" I was like, "Yeah, 100%. He's my prisoner for life." But this is very different, right? Like, I mean, he eats turkey burgers and we have the best time, and I would never, ever, ever, ever touch him with anything but love. And I certainly wouldn't be like, I mean, this is just incomprehensible to me.
Mm-hmm.
literally is so incredibly spoiled from my mom.
Like, he's talking about what?
So
While he's abusing his dog on a live stream.
He's explaining right now that his dog, which I believe is a female dog, is incredibly spoiled by his mother. And he's about to explain how.
If his mother made him, I don't believe that.
Well,
but he was saying the dog is spoiled by his mother because the dog, probably his mother lets the dog off the fucking.
yeah. I think
fuck
he's about
is that?
to say that.
Like a jog? What do you call it? A jogging machine?
Well, yeah. So I'm not entirely too sure whether that's like you said, a treadmill or whether that's
treadmill.
Like
thank you.
A high rise, or high rise, a slightly elevated dog bed or not. I'm not entirely.
No, it
sure.
looks like it. I saw a video and the dog was running on it and it like fell off.
So, but what he's about to explain, Ashley, is his mother allows the dog to have free reign of the house.
His mother should have the dog then. What's his mother's name?
I generally
I'll
don't
call
know.
his mom. That's who I'm calling. Yeah. I'm calling his mom. Hasan Piker's mom. If anyone has any information how I can contact her. Hi, Pendy. I love you. Please help me out. That's who directly I'm going to, his mom. And I bet you I can get that number from the woman who works with somebody that he's related to.
Let her roam around the house. I'm not a hate watcher, just curious. Okay, so let me address a couple things really quickly. First and foremost, I have done this. I have addressed this a million times over. And not only have I addressed this, but I've also shown.
Can you hear it okay?
Like,
yep.
Not only have I addressed this, but I've also shown in videos like Kaya's day-to-day experiences and stuff like that. Obviously, she gets out. She has an incredibly active morning. And not only that, but she also has an incredibly active afternoon. She gets 2 hours of playtime every morning at either the gym or at the park that I go to. And then as a big dog, as big dogs oftentimes do, she
Can I just tell you something real quick? I've had big dogs my whole entire life. I go jogging with them. I run with them mostly, especially when I'm working. It turns out to be if you live in an apartment, like 5, 6 walks a day. You try to make 2 of them over 30 minutes. I have never heard of anyone. I was actually dating a guy. Well, I went on like a couple dates with this guy who trains dogs for the Los Angeles Police Department.
Hmm.
Those dogs don't go out for 2 hours. They don't have. They might have 2 hours. The cadaver dogs might have 2 hours of exercise a day. This is all bullshit.
Extended periods of time throughout the day.
At the gym, you take your dog to the gym.
Allegedly.
As far as not letting her roam in the room itself, there's a very specific purpose for that. That is because, and this is something that I've described over and over again, the reason why she's not allowed to roam inside of this room, with the exception of like stretching or getting up, getting down, drinking water, things like that, is because she likes to lay on the ground. When she lays on the ground, that's terrible for her fucking joints.
Real question.
Yes.
When she just tried to get up the 2 times he just shocked her, how did he know she didn't just want to have a sip of water?
So just to clarify and be fair, he only shocked the dog once. It was just the same clip played twice. That being said, you are correct. So the dog was getting off of the bed or whatever he's calling it.
It looks like a treadmill, but okay. I
And-
think that's the same thing. I saw it moving on and it fell off and like he yelled at it for falling off or something.
So
Hi, Ryan.
So he's claiming that if the dog were to lay on a hardwood floor or hard ground, that's bad for the dog's joints. Now, I'm not a dog owner, so I don't know whether that's true. But do you think that's true, Ashley? Is that
For a
like
dog to,
that-
if that doesn't look like a padded bed. I'll have to see. I mean, can you see it? Does it look like a puffy, padded, comfy bed?
it doesn't
It
look like
looks like
it's
a treadmill to me, but maybe
Yeah,
it's because I saw that other clip of him on a treadmill.
it's hard to tell, but it doesn't look like it. It doesn't look like it's sagging under the weight of the dog.
So one thing
as
to
in-
know,
it's not
dogs sleep mostly. Like when they're puppies, they mostly sleep. They're super active between like 6 months, and like 5-ish years, and then they start to get like sleep. Like Hondo, when we're not out, like right now, he's just snoozing. He's
Mhm.
just on his back with his paws up. Like I call it, he's at fish and chips. That's an English thing.
Mhm.
I call it, he goes to the fish and chip shop. He's just chilling. Well, now he's like, what are you talking about me for? Because you're so beautiful. Dogs rest a lot. But he's on a couch with a very comfortable situation, right? To lay flat on the floor, yes, for long periods of time. For example, I was dog sitting last week, and the girl lost her father very suddenly. So I think that this was a mistake because I've watched this dog before, and she's always had a dog bed, but she had like the bedroom closed off, and it was just wood. So the poor little dog that I was watching had nothing to sleep on. So I brought over Hondo's bed, I brought over blankets, and I made sure, because for long periods of time, especially the older the dog gets, it's not fun for your joints. Think about your bones if you were lying on a hardwood floor. How would that feel for you for an extended period of time?
It would be awful. It might actually sort my hunch that I'm getting. That might actually sort it out. But that's
Yeah, if you did it the right way, but you'd get some bruises in the process, I believe, or at least some tender.
Mm-hmm. But so also, Ash, what's funny with this is we've got other clips after this, obviously, of other people covering this, namely Mr. Anthony Cumia, right? Now, I assume Mr. Anthony Cumia has a bigger following than yourself, Ashley, right? And probably rightly so. And probably has a bigger following than Hassan, or is probably more known than Hassan, right? At least in America. That being said, the fact that everybody is covering this guy probably tells you one thing. When I see Mumbling Nick is in the chat, and rightly so, saying,
Yeah, he's telling me to be careful.
yeah, we got to say allegedly.
So I saw a video of him pulling another dog's tail and the dog crying. That was a dog that he had before this. Hassan denies it. Who wouldn't? It's a felony in Los Angeles. Be careful. I'm being careful. I think he needs to be careful and treat his dog better. I've never seen anything like this.
Mm-hmm. You just got a message, by the way. I just heard.
Yeah, my boss synced my phone with my laptop, and I was like, I don't want that. Okay. She's like, here, I'll help you troubleshoot this. I'm like, no, that was on purpose. Okay, though. Nick, if you know something, if anyone knows something that I do not know,
Well,
and anyone has any reason to believe that everything that people are telling me about this person and what we're literally seeing isn't true, then please do let me know. I will always jump to protect, especially animals. And this person, I'm sorry, OG mumbling Nick said that already. Just that is animal abuse. I've seen videos of him calling dogs slaves. Don't give a shit about your dog. La 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 la. So these are just the clips, like a few clips. I sent how many clips I sent you, Rochi? 6, 8.
yeah, it was quite a lot from Reddit, right? And then obviously the two
So,
YouTube videos. Right?
you know, I wouldn't go after. So even people like, for example, I'll just say this: the woman whose dog I watched last week. I wasn't thrilled, even in the worst times that my father was going through, or my mother before they passed away. I always made sure the dog watcher, the whoever was taking care of Shiva or um, uh, Aussie and Hondo, whatever the case may be, always made sure they were paid. Always made sure the dogs had everything they needed, or and more. But like, it pissed me off. But at the same time, I know her enough to know that that dog is safe. It's not in a kill shelter. It's not being abused. It's not being tortured. Okay. So I don't flex like this often. Believe me. And OG Mumbling Nick, again, if you know something I do not know, please let us know. Sunpiker has a way bigger following than Kumia. I don't really give a shit. He abuses his dog. He has millions of subscribers. He's like the Charlie Kirk of the left. Okay, interesting, because I know somebody very, very close to him that I messaged today. So, yeah, if he's the Charlie Kirk for the left, I hope you guys can find another person. You know, I don't dabble in politics or play with politics. And there are things that are not political. Abusing your dog is not a right or a left wing thing. That is a fucked up thing, and it's a felony in the county of Los Angeles, which I do understand he lives in.
Every single thing that I do with this dog is either with a professional dog trainer or with a vet. Okay? Professional dog trainer or a vet. A lot of people don't understand how serious this is to take care of your dog, how important it is to make sure that you have like proper activity, proper socializing, and to make sure that your dog gets out, make sure that your dog is actually active, and more importantly, make sure that your dog has a regimented and very structured life. It has the
Do you want to
capacity
pause
to
it real quick?
vibrate.
So
is this 2 days ago?
I think the original video of him shocking the dog was from 2 days ago, and I think
When's all this though, where he's like going into how
I think
important it
this
is to
was
take care of your dog?
this was the next time he streamed, which was the day after. So people had already got
This is
videos
yesterday
out.
then. So he's responding to people calling him out.
Yeah, I believe so. Right. So he's about to explain the dog collar thing in a second. But first, what he said about the dog having a regular schedule, making sure that you know that you got to take your dog out. He's correct in saying these things, right? That's like
Yes,
that's
I feel like you're trying to do a little Melton troll, and I'm going to cut you off right there. Yes, you have to you can't leave your dog. They just passed a law in Sweden, which I love. The longest you can leave your dog at home is 6 hours. I walk my dog every 4 or 5 hours maximum, or minimum, whatever. Yes, it's important. And, as much as you can, stick to a schedule. But basically, and my dad used to say it the best, take them out more than you think, because they need to be relaxed. They can't take themselves out. Right. So my dad would be really cute. Like, I'd be like, Dad, I just took them. You don't have to take them again. He'd be like, well, they might have to tinkle. They might have to take a pee pee. Like, you want them to be relaxed. It was very cute the way he said it. But yeah, it's as an owner of a dog or a mama of a dog, however you want to put it, it's your responsibility to do literally everything. They need to walk. I mean, I've been joking with Hondo sometimes. Put your leash, like put your leash on. Let's go. Like, he doesn't know how to do this, right? But and I prefer not to wait for him to ask me. What was I going to say? To clarify the lie that was perpetuated by MKE and MLC, I switched from turkey burger to from beef to turkey burgers during that weekend. I walked him right before lunch. Like there must have been something with the switch, or maybe the turkey was bad. Whatever it was, we're doing chicken balls now, and we're good. His stomach didn't like it, so this also happens, guys. Animals get sick just like us. So, what was your question?
No, what I'm saying is Hassan correct in saying like there should be a schedule for dogs? That's a base level
Yes, as
for
much
any
as
dog
you
owner, right?
can, as much as you
So,
can. Like when you wake up, walk them. I feed Hondo twice. I mean, like the trainer I was working with 2 weeks ago that literally trains dogs for the LAPD. He was like, I don't know why you leave your food out all day. And I was like, he's kind of picky, like he won't like his dogs, he puts the food down, and once they're done, and the food comes up. And I understand that. I know that's a thing. But he also has 2 police dogs that work for the LAPD. Okay.
mhm.
So it's a kind of a different thing. And Hondo like eats what he wants, and he's kind of funny. Sometimes when I fall asleep, he goes and I wake up in the morning and he's eating his food. Like it's sometimes I think he needs everything to be chill, and then he wants to eat. So every dog also has like a personality as well.
So, Ash, are you familiar with these shock collars by any chance?
We touched on that in the beginning. Not
Right,
shock
okay, cool.
collar. When I was in high school, we trained our dogs because we got an electric fence around my dad's house.
So,
So,
so what he's about to show in a second is this alleged, for YouTube's terms of service or whatever.
but I don't understand. I've never
shock collar.
heard of a shock collar being used besides with the invisible fence. Does that make sense?
Yeah. From what you explained to me, it makes sense. Now, what he's about
They
to
have these
explain
collars that
is,
spray like citrus that will stop the dog from barking or stop the dog from whatever unwanted behavior is happening.
well, I think it's in the script. He's about to explain that this thing also has a light on it, which is I don't know what the means for that would be, but he's about to explain. I don't know if you want to play it and give him his moment to explain his way out, and also the fact that he's like, oh, my dog has this regiment, you got to walk your dogs and stuff. After he'd been called out for,
I don't
allegedly,
believe he maybe
you know,
doesn't. Sorry to interrupt you, but that whole
people-
thing, it sounds like horse shit. He's like 2 hours in the either the gym or the park that I go to in the morning, and then structured time with this person and the vet. How you see the vet once every 3 years, unless you have an issue. Like, what are you talking about? Sorry, go
very
ahead.
true. No, I was just saying, it seems, at least the way it's painted. Now, I don't watch this guy, so I don't know whether what he said is true, which is he has said, oh, I've told you this before. You've seen me, outside with my dog before. And then he goes with the whole regiment thing. It seems a little bit too convenient after being called out as an alleged dog abuser that you suddenly come out with all the things that you should do if you own a dog, But anyway.
I keep forgetting that I can put these up sometimes.
And that's it. Are you happy?
Are you happy?
That's it.
Nope.
Good?
Shock yourself with it.
There's the air tag.
Shock
the
yourself
fucking
with it.
Vibrator. It also
I want him to put it on his own
uses-
neck.
It also has a flashlight component to it at nighttime. And it also has a tracker on it when she gets lost. If she were to actually get fucking lost.
Because, let me bring this up. This is a huge and a very, very important point. Dogs don't get lost. Dogs do not run away. Unless there is a very serious problem, they're not going to run away from their consistent food and their consistent care. Dogs don't run away unless there's a problem in the place that they're at. So when he's talking about his dog getting lost, I bet this dog has tried to run away many times.
Come on, everybody.
All right,
Everyone's
that was the
having a
end of the video
fantastic
there,
evening,
Ash.
afternoon,
Anyway.
prenoon, no matter
All
where you are in the world.
So
I'm
we're
a
going to
hasanpiker.
remove this.
Yeah. So,
Let's see.
well,
What
Ash,
is
a
Nick-
question for you then. Do you have electronic chips for dogs in
No.
America?
Oh,
You don't?
They have them, but I don't put them in my dogs. I also don't over vaccinate my dogs.
Okay, because
While
that
I'm
was-
progressing. Go
yeah,
ahead.
sorry. It was strange that he said he had an air tag on the collar, right? Which I assume is the Apple thing, right? You know, that you put on bags if you lose, you know, air tags, you know. That's a bit of a strange thing to have on a dog collar. Because over here in the UK, we do have dog chips. And with the
Right.
same with cats, right? So if your pet goes missing and it's found, a vet can just scan part of the neck and all the dog's details will come up, like home address, you know, vaccinations and stuff like
Right.
that.
And God forbid dogs can get lost, I guess, if you go on a vacation or you go on something. But dogs, if the dog is running away from their house, there's something going on in that house. I've rescued a lot of dogs in my life. I started rescuing dogs when I was like 9 years old. Dogs that run away from homes, there's something. I rescued this one dog called Chauncey. It literally jumped off the roof of its house.
Cool.
It was like a 13-year-old, 12-year-old poodle. There was something going on in that house. And when I met the owners, I realized why he jumped off a roof. I would have too, would not even knowing them. While I'm progressive, I'm a dog lover too, and I'm not the biggest Hassan fan. I'm just saying, does anyone remember what Red Bar said about Hassan? I'm just saying he has a ton of haters who jump to conclusions right away. Well, I'm not jumping it to a conclusion. I'm seeing, I mean, this is not AI. Unless this is AI, and I will profusely apologize. I'm careful with this. Yeah, you know what I'm careful with? Animal rights. So
Well,
there's that. Yes,
well,
sir.
Ash, on the AI accusations, if it's AI, it's pretty fucking good because it's not just trolled and convinced me, it's convinced you, and it's also convinced a hell of a lot of YouTubers that have covered this already, right? So, you know, it's a strange one if it is AI. Also, why would AI do a full 4 hours or over 4 hour stream?
It's also a strange lie for like millions of people to be spreading for no reason.
Mm-hmm. Also, right. So I don't know whether you want to continue with like
I don't
other
want to
people.
continue with any of this. I want three
Right, okay.
things to
So,
happen. I want him
mhm,
to go to jail and
mhm.
have a felony charge for the animal abuse that is evidenced on these videos. I want him locked up for that felony. I want the dog safe, and I never want him allowed to have an animal again.
Fair enough. So, and again, you were so compelled to do this. You messaged me going, "Okay, I'm gonna go live. Can you get these videos for me? Come on if you're available and help me."
And thank you for
Like,
helping me.
assassin. What's the right word? I almost used the word assassin. I
Neutralize.
didn't mean to. Yeah, or at least help you be able to get your message across, even
I
though
wanted
I've
to do anything and everything to increase awareness about the
hmm
situation.
hmm and I
There's so
hold.
many dogs that suffer every single day, but when someone is
Mhm,
doing it with, like Nick says, all these followers and
mhm.
has all of this attention, I think it's insane not to try to help this dog.
Which is fair enough because again, I have the same sentiment of like, yeah, fuck this guy. You shouldn't treat his dog like that. However, I was like, okay, I will come on and try my best to try and be as neutral as I can, just to make it so it doesn't feel that this is so much of, for lack of a better term, hit piece on somebody, you know, because
Well, I
like,
don't even know, like if you're saying like how people accused like Chad Buzmak of like grifting on Ski Mask, making that a hit piece. Is that what you're talking about? No, I'm just very passionate about animals. I was born this way, and I want to do everything and anything I can to make this dog safe and to get this idiot to be held accountable for.
just to clarify,
Held
right, you
accountable.
mean Chad Zumuk, right? Not Chad Boozmuck. They're two different people.
Isn't it
Even
like
though E-
same?
even though you are correct, same, but they are two different people. Yeah. Funny enough, yes, you're not malicious. You're not asking people for money, and you certainly ain't setting up a alleged scheme of a bet, YouTube transfer service, where you don't want to pay out on said bet. And I'm glad you mentioned Chad Zuma because did you by any chance see his epic meltdown on Tuesday?
I didn't. I was wondering though if what I just said might entitle another. Did I send you the email he sent me about suing me?
No, no, you didn't. But I'm glad that he is actually trying to follow through with this because I don't know whether you're aware, Ashley, but I'm very keen on Chad to try and back up his words, because I think what you said was factually true.
So
Chad
facts are not
is
defamation. And then the things he said about me are lies. So that actually is defamation. If he sued me, that would get really rich, basically. But I
well,
don't know. He says whatever. If Chad is dumb enough to sue me, he'll be dumb enough to face the consequences. I don't know what to say.
well, the issue there is, Ashley, and I hate to break this to you, but Chad isn't rich, right?
I have
So
no idea
yeah,
about his money
no,
situation.
no, with
But I think it's
yeah.
pretty. So go ahead.
Well, I was going to say, how rich do you think an alleged stand-up comic that's doing gigs in a closed church is making a year? I mean, come on, let's be honest. Yeah, there's a reason why he does MLC on a regular basis. It's because Brennan pays him what, $50 each show. He needs that money.
I mean, I had no idea really the type of person Chad was before 3 months ago. Like around the same time I learned about the Dabbleverse, truly. Because he reached out to me first in 2020 to be on Kevin's show to do the Justice for Eric Cummings thing, my dad. But what like will forever crack me up is how he called like me asking for money that was agreed upon to be paid a bad look. And like Ashley's a grifter, and I don't watch his show. I'm not subscribed to his channel, but every time I see a clip or see him, he's like, "All right, guys, I'll put anything you want up, anything you want for $100." It's like no one's even what.
So what's funny, Ash, is and again I'm going to
Thanks
tread
for the
very lightly.
Venmo, man. It's like
I'm going to tread very lightly when I say this because I know this is a sensitive topic. But his claims of he had spoken to your sister a few months ago.
Oh gosh, and he's so stupid. He shows his phone, and it's May 22nd or May 6th of 2022. He called me that night. He was like, "Ashley, your sister's texting me. Why is she texting me?" I'm like, "I don't know."
So
he's like, "This is exactly what she said. What should I text back?" I'm like, "Again, I don't know."
Well, Ash, what's weird is what he showed was your sister replying to a message of his, but he didn't show his message.
That's hilarious.
So there is a conversation going on, right? He's only showing a very small part of that, which I assume is your sister just being polite and diplomatic with like,
no, my
thanks for
sister
letting
does
me know
go
this
through
happened.
some funny phases. When he texted me that, I have no idea what the text was before. But I think she was going through one of her like phases. So it makes sense. I mean, like the text makes sense, but again, it was he goes, and Ashley's sister texted me a couple months ago. Defamation. Not true. Here it is. Here it is. May 2022, buddy. Hold
Again,
chill on the Tito's.
well,
Just because
again,
you can afford not to steal them doesn't mean you should be drinking it all day.
me trying to be neutral, Ash, allow me to say this. I do believe it is a thing for drunks not to understand or comprehend the process of time. So maybe when he said a few months, he did mean 3 to 4
In his
years.
head, it was a few months ago.
Yeah.
Okay, we have one more clip, guys. Again, yeah, let's just see. And this is the Kumia's guy. I've never heard him. I've only seen him like in little random things. It's Kumia or Kumias?
It's Anthony
This
Cumia.
Hassan asshole.
You know what? Shit.
He's getting
I now
himself
like
in
him.
more and
The first thing he starts off with is this Hassan asshole. Now I want Anthony Cumia. Okay.
more trouble. I've never heard of him, but
No one's ever heard of him,
Twitch,
but he's got such a big following.
I guess he's huge. Twitch, for you boomers out there, for you not in the know, it's
no one's ever
another
heard of him until
platform to stream
now.
on.
How pathetic
Twitch
is that?
streamers, some of them very popular. They make a lot of fucking money, as has this guy. this Hassan fucking muzzy douchebag Arab. And he goes on. I don't even know. I know he's like a liberal. And I don't even know what his show's about. But what I've learned over the past few days is during his show, he had.
Okay, I don't agree with that either. Christy, what is it? No, had trouble training her 14-month-old dog and killed it in 70. Yeah, that bitch seems crazy. I don't think she should have dogs either. She is not, unfortunately, within tentacle reach for me, but none of that story made sense to me, Nick. But I feel like you're trying to do a right wing, left wing thing, and this is not what this is about.
Well, you will notice that Cumia does that with Hassan. Like he's already, accused him of being a Muslim, for example, right? Which is, again, like you said, like this crosses all political or religious bounds. Like when it comes to animal rights, you're a firm believer of no matter what you believe, whether it's religion or politics, this is a baseline level of nobody should
It
treat
should not
animals
be
like
a
shit.
right or left thing. Like I see Nick bringing these examples, like maybe Hassan didn't do it. He's the left's Charlie Kirk. And then, what about that crazy bitch on the right who killed her dog? Yeah, they're both wrong.
Yep.
Has his dog sitting on a dog bed behind him to the side, constantly on camera. And this dog will occasionally get up, spin around, lay back down, and it just sits there for hours and hours and hours. It's a prop. It's the guy's prop, which is kind of disgusting in a way. If he's keeping the dog there, I've never seen a dog that will lay somewhere for that long voluntarily. Some of them do. I get it. But every day, I mean, but who knows? Who knows what he's doing? The other day,
There's something very telling, not in this guy. There's something very telling in the Hassan guy's voice. When he speaks to that dog, it's like it's the bane of his existence. And if he speaks to that dog on a live stream this way and has apparently so many followers, I can't imagine what he treats that dog like when he's not on a camera, when he's not live.
Now, I know you don't want to make this about politics, but is it fair to say that if politically you were asked, you were more left-leaning than you are right-leaning, actually?
I'd be neither. I'm from DC, so I can play the DC card. I was born and raised in the District of Columbia, so I
you're
don't
more
have to pick a lane.
in the middle then, right? You're more of
if you want to call it, I mean, like I saw somebody say like I'm a centrist. I'm a nothing though. So when you grow up in Georgetown and DC, it's a very different experience of how you understand politics and the reality of them. Like, so Democrat, Republican, they all hang out in Rehoboth Beach in the summers, chilling. They also have their spiritual breakfast every third Thursday of every month, and they're all just having a good old time. So the kind of show that gets people all wired up and upset is something that I don't subscribe to. Does that answer your question?
Yeah, that's perfect, because what I was going to say is I think it's safe to say that everybody understands and is aware that Cumia is a Trump voter and is more right-wing, right?
Okay, thanks for saying that. I did not know that.
Right, okay. But the reason why I say that actually is because I believe what he's already just said in this clip, you fundamentally agree with what he's saying, right?
The only thing I agree with is this guy Hassan is an asshole.
Well, also you would agree that Cumia said it seems like this guy is using his dog as a prop, which is
yes. And then I did notice he said there's a bed, so it's a bed and not like a hard thing. But then that means there's another clip of his dog on a treadmill. So like Hondo, he's like, I'll take a picture and send it to you. So he's just chilling on the couch, but he's 4 feet from me, but he can do whatever he wants. You can do whatever you want. I'm going to send you a picture of Hondo right now.
Ash, do you want me to bring that up so you can display it on your screen?
Sure. Let's see how it turns out.
You're sending that on Twitter, right?
I'm putting it on. Yeah, I'm going to send it to you on Twitter.
Okay, I'll bring it up on.
So this is what he's choosing to do right now. But he can do whatever he wants. He can do whatever he wants. So he does tend to lie in very comfortable padded places, right?
Yep.
And near me mostly. Wait. Oh, I sent you a picture of us walking earlier. I mean a video. So that's what he's doing now. But then he'll want to play in a little bit and we'll go for a WALK, etc., etc. But would I ever have like a thing where he was laying? I had like a little area back here for him, but then he likes to get up and the situation at the table wasn't super conducive. So, you know, whatever, but he's chilling. But no, dogs don't lie in my experience, which is a lot. In one position all day. But again, we saw what happens if the dog moves. The dog gets shocked by a shock collar.
Yep. 2 seconds, Ash. Let me just see
That
whether
also is a way to train the dog to stay there. Like after a period of time, he won't have to shock the dog. It's just going to be scared to death to fucking move. Because wouldn't you if you were going to get shocked? Did you want to say something?
No, sorry, I was just coughing, so I muted myself. I now don't know how to share this image because apparently it's not in the right format for StreamYard. So I do apologise. I can't bring up the
Don't
picture.
apologize. I appreciate you.
But just for clarification, it's a picture of your dog sat on the couch, quite happily.
Oh yeah. Oh, you can pull it up. Or you can't pull it up.
No, I can't put it up. Unfortunately, it's not the right file for StreamYard, and I ain't got.
Well, I
a
turned
file
down the
converter.
blurriness, so it should be better now.
There you go. That's the exact same image she sent me. Yeah. So there you go.
So that's
how-
Hondo right now. He's stretched out and chilling. But again, he can do whatever he wants.
Well,
And
so
soon
that's
we'll
the
play
other
some games.
So Ash, you said before about, for lack of a better term, dog cages. You know,
Crates. They're called crates. I used to think that they were not fun for dogs, but dogs actually feel very safe in crates. Dogs like to have forts and things that they can feel safe under.
Even with those, though, you can have like some of those where there's a mechanism where the dog can like release themselves, right?
Well, I just
Like
keep the door open. I call it
There you
Hondo's
go.
condo. And like, so if he gets like a big treat that takes a while to chew, he takes it to his condo and he likes to eat it there. But I just don't close the door ever, if that makes sense.
Yep, fair enough.
I traveled with him. We took him to like central California last year, and we had to break it down. That's like the only time we had to break it down and bring it just because it was easier to have it there. Like if you're staying in an Airbnb or something, he'll feel safe and not uncomfortable in an unknown place, right? He's got toys and blankets. Yeah, Ryan knows about Hondo's condo. Let's see. So I don't know how long this clip is.
The dog gets up and dared to step off of its bed. When this happened, Hassan saw in his monitor, I guess, behind him that the dog had gotten up. At this point, he goes, oh, and you see, now like this, you can't see his hands, right? But you see him look over, he reaches over for something that's on his desk. And then right when he does that, the dog goes, bark, and lays back down on the bed. And then he goes, oh, you're being a baby. You're spoiled. And then his chat starts going bullshit on screen. And the accusations start mounting that he is using a shock collar on his dog. And he had just shocked the dog for daring to step off the bed because that's one of his props. He can't have his dog walking around his set. So he shocks the dog, and people are not happy. He's got a huge audience, so there's a bunch of people making excuses for him. And every one of the accounts making excuses for him seem to be some anime icon and Chinese writing. And so I don't know what's going on with him or his fans. But it got picked up by other social media platforms and other people, and they posted it. And then they started posting, because he said it's a vibration collar. So it just goes on the dog's neck to get his attention, to maybe hammer home
Ash, real quick.
an order. the command that you're giving the dog.
Yes, El Capitano.
So, question, just to play devil's advocate, is a shock collar better thing to have rather than a vibration collar better to
I've
have
never
rather
heard
than
of a
shock?
vibration collar. I think a vibration collar equals a shock collar. The only things I've ever heard of are like the shock collar that literally have electricity going, like bolts of electricity going through.
Mhm.
And then what I mentioned at the beginning, the much more humane alternative, which is a collar that if you have a dog that barks too much or jumps or whatever behavior it is that you want to correct, it just sprays a citrus spray. And that takes the dog's attention away for a second, like, whoa, what was that? And then they sort of regroup.
Yeah.
So there's no need for electricity on animals.
Fair enough.
But then people saw, it's the internet. This guy streams a lot. There are pictures, screen caps of the actual device on his dog's neck. And he goes, this is what the device was. It's a vibration device. And it's the internet, again, with thousands, if not millions of people looking at that device, comparing it with other devices, finding the exact same device, and then putting them next to each other in pictures. And what it looks like he did was unscrew the electric prongs from this shock. It's a vibration and shock device.
So I want to address this idiot. What does it say? Balls clip?
Balls deep.
Balls deep. Okay, you're an idiot. And we're going to, after this, we're going to say goodbye to you. Chemical warfare on an animal with olfactory senses 10,000 times ours is abusive. Okay, so I want to say that you're wrong about, I think it's about 40,000 times their ability, their nose, their senses. So that's why it's a very small spray. It's a citrus spray that is like an organic, like there's no chemicals in it. Asshole. How do I block this guy? I got it. Thank you.
Unscrew the prongs, put some black duct tape over where the prongs used to reside, and go, look, it's a vibration thing. It's not an electric shock collar.
Here's what we do. If it's a vibration thing, which I've never heard of, if it's so humane, why didn't he put it on his neck and do exactly what he does to his dog?
Because he might have been proven to be wrong. Maybe Ashley. Who knows? Who knows why he didn't do such a thing? Also, why did it take him the next day to do what he did? He didn't, like, as we saw with a time lapse video. He streamed for 4 hours and 20 minutes that day. When he shocks his dog, it's about halfway through. So he's got another 2.5 hours of his chat, obviously getting divided by, like, some people going, look, what are you doing?
And meanwhile, the dog just has to pee or have some water, probably.
Exactly. Yeah, it's a bizarre thing, and I think it's a good thing for you to say, as you said, right? It's your day off today, and you went, well, I'm a lover of animals, and the least I can do is use my platform to voice my opinion, which is this guy's a piece of shit and he needs to be dealt with, in your words,
Yes.
Yeah,
So again,
that
the
means.
goals are, I'm going to find out his mom, because I'm sure the mom might care about the dog and might not even know this stuff is happening. I'm going to find his mom, which is easy to do because a person I taught yoga to. Things come full circle, guys. You cannot fuck with animals and think it's okay, especially if it's in if there's like a person I can find that knows you, you're done. So I used to teach yoga to a woman who works with somebody this hasanpiker guy is related to. I wrote her today already.
So Ash, on a slight side tangent, I know you like to watch documentaries, and I know you're a Netflix subscriber, right? Have you seen the Netflix show Don't Mess with Cats?
Oh, my friend Danielle, my best friend in England, she was like, you have to watch this. I haven't seen it yet. She said it's amazing.
Right, okay. Yeah, so
don't fuck with, I think it's Don't Fuck with Cats.
Yeah. So that kind of this kind of has a little bit of a feel of that, right? So and also yeah, Dick's Footsville. Yeah.
Well, I wanted to, I don't know how much more we need to do. I think you guys get it. You guys can find it.
Yep.
All this shit. What was I gonna say? Somebody just wrote something. Oh, so I had a plan, Rochi, that I was thinking of when I was putting my makeup on today. When I was 11 or 12 years old, I was born and raised in DC, like as we discussed. You know what the Washington Mall is? It has a very phallic
What does it?
structure that points at the top. So that's the mall, and in front of the mall, there's a moat. A moat is a body of water that is, it's like a lap pool.
Wait.
I had this idea. What?
Isn't that a monument, right? Isn't that in the movie
Washington
Forrest
Monument.
Gump?
Well, there's the mall, the National Mall. So that's where
Oh,
the
okay.
very like the thing that looks like a penis sticks out. That's the mall.
All
And
right.
but there's a moat, a small body of water in front of
Yep.
the mall, and then there's the Lincoln Memorial over there. Anyway, it's a grassy area, and I had this idea whenever I started wearing bras. Don't make your jokes now. You can save them for later. Let's focus on this dog.
2 weeks ago, yeah.
Exactly. So, whenever I had a trainer bra, whatever, which I'm still currently wearing at 44, whenever I wear a bra, my idea was to stand in front of the Washington Monument and talk to people about animal rights in a black bra and black underwear, because I thought I felt like I even knew at that time sex sells, and maybe Pam Anderson was doing something like that with PETA, and Dick Fitzwell brought up PETA. Where was that?
And that's
I
what
was
made you, yeah.
thinking about that today. I was like, but I don't know. I think PETA's compromised. Like, they used to bust in and free animals from animal testing places. Like, they used to do really cool stuff. The last thing I saw PETA do was send like a bunch of like not leather shoes to a celebrity, like to get the PETA name out there. And I was like, what happened to the animals? I mean, people that are donating to PETA are donating now to leatherless sneakers that get sent for free to celebrities. Like, we lost our focus there a little bit, I think.
Yeah, and I think AB just said in the chat, Peter's been taken over by rich donors a long time ago. So maybe that's where they got compromised. Maybe, who knows?
I think probably I would guess in the late 80s, early 90s, which is right when I had my plan. Thank you for being here. Do you have anything to plug before we go? I think we've said everything we want to say. And
Nothing
you
to
talked
plug,
about
Ashley.
Netflix.
I'm just glad that you managed to get out your feelings on this. You wanted to go live, and I'm just going to be sat around today, so why not come and help Ashley voice her opinion? Why not?
Thank you, because at some point someone needs to tutor me. I need tutoring for downloading the videos. But yeah, let's just remember it's a felony to abuse your animals. Not only that, it's just morally disgusting. So if you don't like your animal, or you don't want it, you can call me. I'll come pick it up. I'll find someone to pick it up. There's also shelters. I prefer not shelters because shelters suck for animals. But please don't have an animal if you're going to abuse it. And if you know who hasanpiker is, can you please tell him that until all of this has been settled, I will not get off his ass, because this is not okay. And I do want I want to overemphasize that this is not a political thing. I don't care if he's the left's Charlie Kirk or the right's. I don't give a shit. He's hurting an innocent animal, and that's a felony, and it's also just disgraceful. So we need him to be held accountable for abusing his animal literally on live stream. Spend time in jail for that crime. And I've offered to foster that dog. I also know plenty of people that would foster them. I have like 3 people that are texting me now. So the rescue community here in LA is strong.
Well, I think that's the perfect time to say thanks
Wrap
for
it
watching,
up.
ladies and gentlemen. Yep. Remember, it's the red button, Ashley, right?
Okay, guys. Thank you for being here, Rochi. Thank you guys all
No
for
worries.
listening, and thank you for caring. And anything that you can do to help in this situation would be very much appreciated by me and Rochi, even though he was playing devil's advocate, right?
Yeah. I
Salute.
too am a hippie. Peace.
Peace. All right, bye guys. It's the red button. Got it.